Hi, I'm Gina Ventola, Practice Manager for Ventola Law. One of the best parts of my job is meeting with business owners. However, at times, it can be difficult to meet in person. That's why I started this show, to introduce you to local business owners in our community. Join me on Your Virtual Coffee, a new kind of networking. Hey everyone, welcome to Your Virtual Coffee, a web show that introduces you to local businesses in the Denver metro area. Today, my guest is the amazing Joan Van De Griek. She is the principal at Joan M. Van De Griek CPA, LLC. Her firm seeks to partner with its clients to provide in-depth analysis of business operations, finances, and revenue cycles. Joan's goal is to identify realistic opportunities to help businesses maximize their potential that is achievable with existing talent and resources. And with all that, Joan, welcome to my show.
Yay! Thank you, Gina. I'm so excited. It was fun catching up with you, and I'm looking forward to catching up with you a little bit more.
We tend to do business with people we like, know, and trust. So let's get to know you. Are you a native of Colorado?
No, I'm actually from New York. I grew up on Long Island, which is about, you probably just heard it, is about 30 minutes from New York City.
And what was your favorite subject in school?
Ooh, probably art. Because
Interesting, so not math.
No, accountants are terrible at math. Yes,
that must be one of those.
Terrible at math. We have calculators for all that.
So what about, with that being said, what about accounting intrigues you?
So I'm going to tell you a really quick little story. The only reason why I went into accounting was literally because my guidance counselor told me when I said I wanted a business degree so I could run a horse farm that I should become an accountant to fall back upon. And then it just turned out, because of the equestrian team was at Pace, and Pace is an amazing accounting school, which I really did not know. It was just dumb luck. Okay. And as I went through the process, I realized, oh, I actually have a knack for this, but totally did not visualize being the best CPA ever. It was like, I just want to go to a really good equestrian team, and okay, I'll go get this accounting degree my guidance counselor told me about because it's a good business degree and I can do anything I want with it. And here I am. Like, and that usually deflates so many people that I speak with. And I'm like, it was just, I wanted the horseback ride. Really. And I needed decent income because horses eat a lot of hay.
Yes.
And yeah, so
how does your firm work with business owners? I mean, we kind of talked about some of it in your introduction, but
yeah,
you have something a little different.
I do have something a little different. And, you know, we started off in the traditional sense about 6 years ago when I started the firm, and then it's morphed into, you know, just listening to our individual clients and listening to our small businesses and our medium-sized businesses. They really started asking for more. And what the more was, you know, a lot of businesses and individuals don't even really think about long-term planning until they literally are sitting with their accountant during tax season. And they're sitting across from the table and they're going like, okay, great. I have to pay taxes, which sometimes that's a good thing. Or, oh, I'm getting a huge tax refund. What do I do? Like, what do I do for college? What do I do? And a lot of times, you know, what I realized is people don't have a connection with any kind of financial advisor often if they're self-employed. And especially, you know, kind of the men that are in the thick of things, you know, the construction people and, you know, the small shop owners, they're not leaving to go talk to their financial advisor, right? I am it. They did their taxes filed, and then they started asking questions, and that more became, what do I do? And, you know, I always knew what I had done, and I saw, okay, here's an opportunity. Let me start to blend the two and expand on that tax advice, right? I always had the knowledge, and what I decided to do was actually go get my license, insurance, and annuity broker license so that I could help them more. And I have a relationship with a national insurance firm. We're brokers, so we get to look at the best of the best, and I can help my clients more. We do pay tax now, later, or never. And I teach them why, now is a great time to actually pay the taxes, right? Because our tax rates are amazing compared to where we've been and where we've come from. And then we have opportunities for all this tax-free growth that, are maybe more protected from the market. A lot of business owners are a little bit risk adverse to their savings because they put so much risk into their business. And so they want to know that, okay, I don't mind taking the risk on a daily basis when I can organize it and manage it, but I don't want to take the risk of having someone else manage my savings. And so I help them mesh the two with life insurance products, and we do some long-term planning. We think about things like exit strategies. We think of things like how to self-bank, how to pay for their kids' college. It's just a great conversation because the trust is already there. I do their taxes. I know them. I know their family. I know their businesses. And we can just take that relationship to that whole next level. And I realized more of my clients started growing. They started referring me to each other, to their friends and their business associates, which is wonderful. For that reason was because we were having these conversations, which they were seeking from other CPAs and they weren't getting. And so it's really been fascinating. I would have never pre-planned this 6 years ago. And I'm kind of letting my clients take me along for the ride because they're kind of guiding the direction of the firm. And we're just in it together, and it's great. You know what I mean?
So Joan, what would be one thing you would like potential clients to know?
The biggest piece for us is that, unlike what I often hear and why a lot of clients come to me, is we will sit down not just once, twice, but we will have those ongoing conversations, not just about your taxes, right? Not just about what happened in QuickBooks, but really it's a conversation about what your goals are as a business owner, where you think you're going with your business, and then how can I support you? Working with me, you're not just tapping into a CPA, you're tapping into an MBA, you're tapping into a licensed insurance and annuity broker. And so I can take that planning to a whole different level. And what one of the things we call it often is the Rockefeller strategy, right? You create your own Rockefeller strategy working with me. And it's unique because when you have your small business or you're just an individual, you don't always have time to stop. And so what better time to do it than when you're already thinking about all these things at tax time? And we will do that during tax time. I'm not going to defer you for a few months or anything like that. We'll get it done whenever you're ready. And if that's the best time, we'll do it and we'll make time for it.
Joan, let's talk about power partners. Now, for our audience, power partners are those businesses who target the same client that you do, but are not your competition. A great example would be a hairdresser, perhaps, or hairstylist, and a personal trainer. They both target people who want to look good, but they don't compete with each other. In fact, they probably could refer clients back and forth. So with that said, we need to have an understanding of what a business's ideal client is. So Joan, who is your ideal client?
So for my ideal clients, it's going to be anyone who has maybe been burned by the market, who's a small business, an entrepreneur. For power partners, here's where I'm going to throw in a twist. Other CPAs are a good power partner for me.
So could you elaborate on that?
Well, a lot of CPAs, they're either focused on audit or on taxation, and they're taking their clients through that path. If they have a client, say, who needs to prepare for bank financing and they are going to maybe they were selected as being the auditor or the review firm, but they know their client isn't prepared, I can help get their client prepared for that, right? And we don't have a conflict of interest because they get to maintain their independence while I get to support their client internally. Also vice versa. I have other accountants and other CPAs who are maybe the internal accountant firm or external, internal, they outsource it, and they need an auditor, and I can help them there. So that's one great power partnership. Another one would be financial planners. A lot of financial planners, they know the market really well, but they want to diversify their clients' assets, or maybe they have a client that's a little bit more risk adverse after what's just happened. I can work with them to help maybe take some of those savings that are better than what a bank can offer with a CD, give them more liquidity, but not necessarily marry them to the market risk by putting it in a life insurance product. So I work great with certified financial planners who maybe are looking for some other types of life insurance products for their clients to help manage some of that risk, manage some of that long-term planning. And it's just a great partnership. I also can get high-risk clients underwritten.
So,
and I'm good at that too. So
could you elaborate a little bit on the high-risk clients?
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Thank you. So a lot of times when a CFP is working with a client and they're trying to maybe place them with life insurance, or perhaps just even a general agent, like there's some very large firms out of New York. If we use the word New York in their name, we can kind of guess at their name. And they're captive agents. And not all of those different life insurance companies work with high-risk clients. And one of the things I have a pool of different insurance carriers. They all work with different levels of clients. And one of those is high risk. Another one is foreign nationals. And so if you have any health issues, I'm your gal. Because I have carriers who are Comdex A, which means that's basically the highest rating you can have for financial health and customer service and insurance carrier, who also will underwrite high-risk clients, meaning maybe you've had a heart attack, and as long as it's in your past, about 3 to 5 years, they will consider underwriting you. That's huge. Most people just assume they cannot get any coverage. Now, everyone's story is unique, but they do work with clients like that. I have another gentleman who has sarcoidosis of the lungs. Now, he had to go through a full health physical, just like you would anticipate, and the insurance carriers pay for those. But how amazing is it for this veteran of the Iraq War to be able to finally get life insurance when he thought he would never be underwritten? And it's through no fault of his own that he has sarcoidosis. It's just part of having been in that war and being around jet fumes and things like that. Now he has a full suite of life insurance benefits to protect him and his family. He has living benefits. He got a standard rating. I was so proud of my carrier for that, because it was more than 5 years ago that he was diagnosed. Everything is maintained. He goes through his annual checkups. They actually underwrote him a standard. I was blown away. I thought they would be like, yes, we'll do it, but it's going to be a crazy cost or something like that. No, he got just a normal rating. That is amazing. Normal pricing, no penalizations. And he has full living benefits. What a reassurance that is for one of our veterans who's disabled to be able to have that peace of mind. So that is the kind of quality carriers that we get to work with. And I'm so proud. That was one of my proudest cases because he's a good friend of mine. We have
that's amazing. That's amazing. I was also thinking businesses like law firms or staffing firms, because they kind of target that ideal client. I mean,
key person insurance. I can definitely help you. Personal coaches. I love working with you guys. Anyone that has high net worth individuals, or we can even use life insurance products to help them defer exec comp bonuses. So you would pay all the taxes on those bonuses. You would get the tax deduction, but we can defer that income because it's a life insurance policy. And that can be really appealing, especially if you're at the point where, okay, I have some amazing years. Like COVID was an amazing year for me for XYZ reason, but that might not be my norm. So I don't want to necessarily commit to a long-term thing like a 401k, a profit sharing, or a 412e, all of which I can help you with through my partnerships and my power partners. But we can do a life insurance policy, fully fund it, and then take advantage of that tax deduction. And so that's where I start to geek out. I love tax strategy and life insurance together. There are so many opportunities for things like 412Es, which is basically setting up your own pension plan with life and annuity products. Not a bad thing. I can help you better qualify for 199As, which is that really cool 20% deduction that maybe your CPA told you about. We can use life products to help you better qualify for that through geeking out on some strategy and just really maximizing those deductions and some of that guaranteed income and those long-term benefits and those living benefits, because we haven't even talked about those. So I could go on for hours, as you probably can guess. And, everyone to me can be a power partner, honest to goodness, because we use it for things for young children to pay for college. We help farmers self-bank themselves. We help small business owners cover their key person. Other CPAs, because they're not necessarily doing this, but their clients need it. There's just so many opportunities for power partners. And it's hard to narrow it down. So I want all the conversations. If you have anything that's been on your mind, I want to talk to you, because I love that whole strategy and brainstorming session, getting to know you. And then there's just so much versatility in these products that there's something for everyone. And it doesn't matter how much or how little you make, there's something for everyone. There truly is.
Well, you mentioned as far as that you want to have conversations with people. So what is the best way for people to reach out to you?
Definitely. So the best thing is just shoot me an email. You can send it. It's very short. It's joan@jvcpa.net. I also have a webpage, which is www.jvcpa.net. Or you can give me a call, which probably is sometimes the hardest for me to get back to, because we're all just glued to our iPhones and hitting those text messages. But if you want to give me a call, 720-414-1511. But definitely email is probably the best way to reach me.
Okay. And I'll have a couple of slides, one with your
Perfect.
Ideal client of what we talked about, and also your contact information. So this will be included in that. Any last thoughts for our audience?
No, it's great catching up with you. I'm really excited we had a chance to kind of reconnect. You're definitely one of my power partners, but I'm sure that's not a surprise.
And likewise.
I think we can definitely maybe put our heads together and kind of help some of our clients. And I'm looking forward to that opportunity to do so.
Well, wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this episode of Your Virtual Coffee. We could not do this without you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and have a great day.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Your Virtual Coffee is sponsored by Ventola Law. Ventola Law, mediation and legal representation at an expert level. You can find them at ventolalaw.com. Thanks for joining me today. For more information on Your Virtual Coffee, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and wait for it, our website at yourvirtualcoffee.com. Thanks again for watching and have an incredible day.